Hello, STEM world. Mr. Santella back again with another edition of Getting to Know. And today I have the honor of having Mr. Wiske and Dr. Jen. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Excellent, excellent. So they were voluntold to, no, I'm just joking. They volunteered to come and hang out with us for a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So we'll go with Mr. Wiske. We want to just state your name and how long you've been at STEM Lab.
My name is Mr. Wiske, and I've been at STEM Lab. This is my third year, finishing my third year.
Okay, and Mr. Wiske, what did you do prior to coming to STEM Lab?
I was a middle school counselor at Century Middle School for 12 years, and prior to that, I was a third grade, first grade teacher.
How long were you a teacher?
Total about 4 years.
Okay, excellent. All right, Dr. Jen, same question for you. Name and how long have you been at STEM?
Dr. Jen Alvarez. So this is my second year at STEM Lab. And before STEM Lab, I was in Jefferson County Schools at an autism center program. And used to actually work in clinical psychology too before I came to the schools. Lived in Baltimore, Maryland, and worked at Johns Hopkins before I came to work in schools.
Excellent. Mr. Wiske, where are you from originally?
I am from this town very far away called North Glen, Colorado.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Excellent. You're not venturing far from home, I see. All right. Dr. Jen, same question for you. Where are you originally from?
I grew up in Florida and Alabama.
Oh, excellent. So Florida and Alabama. So Florida in the big early days and then Alabama, or did you like spend weekends in one? Or
yeah, Florida in the early days, and then grew up in my most formative years in Alabama, and still spend a lot of time in both states.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Mr. Wiske, go ahead and tell us about your family and any pets that you might have as well.
Okay, so my immediate family is myself and my wife, Tracy, and we've been married for 23 years. And then I have two boys. Sam is 20, and he's a college student up at CU. And James is 17, and he goes to Horizon High School. No pets.
No pets. Oh, okay.
Pet-free. Yeah.
All right. Dr. Jen, same question for you.
I have a 7-year-old son who is a current second grader in Jefferson County Schools, and I have a dog named Echo.
Echo. All right.
Echo.
Echo. All right. Echo. Love it. All right. So, Mr. Wiske, why have you decided to make STEM Lab your home?
A lot of reasons, really. From the students, K-8 always sounded like a great idea. The administration, I had heard they were incredible, and I was right when I got there. It's been a great fit. Parents, staff, everything's been a really great fit for me. Excellent.
Dr. Jen, same question.
One of my friends and colleagues, Dr. Marcy Willard, used to be the school psychologist at STEM Lab, and so I knew of STEM through her, and when she moved on, she told me there was an opening and that I should come and take the job. So I did, and I love STEM. I grew up with a dad who's a rocket scientist, so STEM was my upbringing, and so it's just a really good fit for me.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we're extremely happy to have both of you. Mr. Wiske, what is the best part of your job?
I think that the ability that I can work with kindergartners through 8th grade, all age levels. So when the middle schoolers are tough to handle, I can go down and do some go noodle with the first graders or kindergartners. I just like that wide range of abilities and kind of personalities.
Excellent. Dr. Jen, what is the best part of your job?
I think definitely the staff is the best part of my job. I mean, I, like Mr. Wiske, love, the age range, but for me, the difference at STEM Lab is, the teachers and support staff, administrators, because, the people you work with are really just as important as what you do. So.
Love it. Love it. All right. So, Mr. Wiske, what is one positive thing that has come from the quarantine?
Ooh, probably my family being all together. Both my boys being here, my college-age son came home. Being together is kind of the one positive.
Excellent. All right, Dr. Jen, what's something good that's come from this quarantine?
Lots of time to go hiking, which is my favorite thing to do. And also introducing my son to mountain biking. So it's something we're doing together now, which is awesome.
Now, we'll do a couple questions that are a little bit more personal, specific to you guys. So, Dr. Jen, how did you become a school psychologist?
So, my little brother had ADHD growing up, and so I got to watch his journey in elementary and middle school and how hard that was for him. And so I became interested in psychology. And then I worked in clinical psychology for a while, but it was a lot of just diagnosis and not follow-up. And I decided that I could help the most kids and just, be there for them working in schools like day to day instead of just, seeing kids in clinics, So that's how I got to where I am.
Excellent. Okay. And Mr. Wiske, how did you become a school counselor?
Similar to Dr. Jen, I actually was looking at psychology when I was in college, but I kind of went the educational route, elementary educational route, and then I became a teacher after college. And then once I became a teacher, I went back to school to get my counseling degree, and really counseling just kind of fell into my lap, which I was really excited about, just being able to work with all different levels of kids.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So in 2019, over spring break, the two of you participated in a service learning trip for STEM Lab and STEM Launch. So you guys were both chaperones for that trip. So, Dr. Jen, I'll start with you. Can you just kind of give us like a summary or some thoughts on the trip? And, I have some more specific questions about it, but just why did you do it? And, what was it about?
Yeah. So, one of the main reasons why I wanted to go was to hang out with middle schoolers. So, in my previous job, I worked with mostly elementary kids, and I thought it was a really good opportunity to get to know students that are, the upcoming 7th and 8th graders. So I thought that'd be great to do, and I love to travel, so I thought it'd be a good fit. And I'm adventurous. I like to do new things and see new places. So, but I also felt like, it would be great for me, as a leader, to experience taking students out of the country too. have lots of experience being counselors at camps, things like that growing up, but it was my first chance to chaperone an international trip, which was fun and exciting and challenging. So all those reasons, it was a lot of fun.
Cool. All right. Mr. Wiske, same for you.
Well, I did a trip similar to this to Italy, probably about 15 years ago with middle schoolers, and had a great time. And then the district had kind of pulled back on those kind of trips for a while. And when this one came back up, I thought it was an incredible opportunity to be with middle schoolers again. It was exhausting the way our trip started. And I was exhausted through the entire time. But it was incredible to see Machu Picchu and to travel with some kids that have never even been on an airplane before, and to see how they handled themselves and how they handled different culture. It was quite an experience, and I'm really glad I did it.
Cool. Dr. Jen, can you speak more to what the service learning part of the trip was?
Sure. So we spent some time helping improve the campus of a small kind of private school for kids that are elementary age, preschool, elementary age. So it was a rural community and a really small school. And so we went in as a team and partnered with the locals there, a family in particular whose kids attended the school. And our tour company, EF Tours, partnered with this local family to let us know, what they needed to get done, and to have the manpower, right, to have 20, 25 people to come onto the campus and just be there to help. So so it was great. So we spent some time on the campus doing things like building fences around the garden and sanding and finishing and painting, and something that took us 2 days to do would have taken that volunteer family would have taken them months to do something like that. So it was incredible to get a lot done in a really short amount of time.
Excellent. Were you guys in the same group? Because I know there were 2 different groups that went on a little different trip.
We were in separate groups.
Okay, so then Mr. Wiske, can you talk about the service learning that your group did?
Ours was similar. We were also at a small school in a rural town, rural mountain town, but it was just for girls, and it was for girls middle school age and above, because in Peru, girls don't tend to go to school much beyond elementary years. So this school offered that opportunity for girls to continue their education. Some of the girls that were going to this school they had to walk to the school, 17-hour walk to get to the school, where they stayed there for a month at a time, and then they would go back home. And but what our group did was very similar to what Dr. Jens did, but we cleared a space for a garden area, that they were going to have a self-sustaining garden. And so you can imagine there was a lot of rocks that needed to be moved, and flattening of surface and pulling of weeds, and really hard work that I was really proud of our middle schoolers, and they worked so hard for probably a 10-hour day. So it was a great experience too.
Cool. All right. What was something that surprised you?
I was worried that some of our students might not take it seriously, but the kid that I was most worried about surprised me the greatest. They're the ones that worked the hardest. They cared. They showed great heart, and that was the one thing that surprised me. The kids that I was concerned about, I shouldn't have been. Excellent.
All right, Dr. Jen?
I think, the maturity of the students that went surprised me. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Leaving the country and having this big responsibility of helping people in the community and navigating public transportation and passports and customs and just the demands of that international travel. I was surprised at the students' maturity level and ability to just be flexible and handle all these new things thrown at them all the time. So it was great. We have some tremendous leaders that go to STEM Lab. We all know that they're good students, but seeing those leadership skills come out was really great.
Awesome. All right, last question about the Peru trip. What is one thing that really stuck with you that when you think about Peru, it's really in essence what you brought back?
Well, that's 2 different questions for me, because what really stuck with me was eating guinea pig. And that really stuck with me, and I'll never do that again. But actually, the beauty of Peru will stick with me too. I just can't get over how lush and green and beautiful, and actually how friendly the people were too.
Yeah, I think I was going to say that just the kindness of the people that we interacted with, of the locals. You know, you're just kind of not sure what you're going to get into when you travel across the world. And, you know, everybody that we interacted with is very kind and friendly. And I think also just like the slow pace of life in South America stuck with me. It was just much calmer and more peaceful than our kind of fast-paced life here in the U.S. And I really enjoyed that and like to just sometimes close my eyes and go back to that place when I'm a little stressed out.
Excellent. All right. So let's move on to the lightning round. So what I want to know is whatever your gut instinct is, whatever your first response is what we want to hear. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Mr. Wiske. Who has a bigger office, you or Dr. Jen?
Me.
Dr. Jen?
Yeah, definitely Mr. Wiske.
He's got one of the bigger ones in the whole building. Anyways, we can talk about that later. All right. Thai basil or Fuzzy's taco?
Fuzzies.
Fuzzies.
Oh, okay. All right. Freud or Pavlov?
Pavlov.
Freud.
All right.
He's
Here's
the
one.
Godfather. He's the Godfather.
Piaget or Chomsky?
Whoa. Piaget.
Piaget.
All right. All right. What does ZPD stand for?
No idea.
I don't know.
Zone of proximal development. That's
Oh!
Chomsky.
I thought you were talking about professional development at STEM.
No. Trying to like get with the psychologist and
Okay. Okay.
Trying to stay in that frame. All right. Here's one that's really, really very psychology based. Star Wars or Harry Potter? Dr. Jen, you go first.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Okay. All right.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, right. Today is May 4th, so you're right. That was kind of an easy question. Then I shouldn't have even asked that one. I feel it's the hair dyes getting to my brain.
Yeah.
All right. Florida or Colorado?
Colorado. Colorado. Colorado.
Dr. Jen?
Colorado. Florida on spring break.
All right, sounds good. All right, the beach or the mountains?
Mountains.
The mountains. The beach on spring break.
All right, and the last question. Mr. Shields or Mr. Santella?
That's a loaded question.
I'm pretending to be frozen.
Okay.
Miss Challenger.
Ah, okay. Okay.
TC.
All right. Well, there you go. I appreciate that. Cool. Well, hey, I really appreciate your guys' time. And what I want to do now is, Dr. Jen, I'll have you go first. I just want to give you the floor to send a message out to the STEM community. Anything you'd like to say during this this challenging, different time that we're kind of going through.
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to say that we're here for you, that we know this isn't easy, and we know that things are not okay, and but we want you to know that we are here, and we're here now, and we're going to be here in August, and we're not going anywhere. So whatever you guys need, we're here for you. And I just want to make sure that you guys know how much we care and how much time we spend and how much just energy we devote to making sure that this community is supported, and that's never going to change. If we're in the building or we're out of the building, we're still 100% all in for you guys.
Mr. Wiske?
Yeah, and I want to just kind of piggyback on that and how proud we are of you because we know it's not easy for parents and for kids, but we know how hard you're working. Your teachers are working hard for you, and we know that you're responding to them. But if you do need something from either Dr. Jen or myself, please reach out. We would love to help. We are helping as much as we can remotely, providing resources, providing support. But we miss you all, and we know how resilient you guys are and how tough your kids are and how much grit they have. So we appreciate that about every STEM student. And we'll see you in the fall, whatever that looks like. But please reach out if you need us before then.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much. And I just want to say, personally for me, I have enjoyed working next to both of you this year so much. This transition for me from the classroom to my role has been, different. It's been tough, but both of you have been there to kind of help guide my transition to this new role. So I just wanted to say that to you two, that I'm immensely grateful and appreciative of your guys' guidance this year. So
We love working with you too.
all right. Well, that's all the time we have for getting to know today. So until we see you guys again, thanks for coming, Dr. Jen and Mr. Wiske, and hopefully I see you guys soon. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.